ULTI.TV.
ULTI.TV's coverage of the SA State League mixed final here. Division 1, we've got UE facing off against Flinders Fury. Yeah, Flinders Fury. All right, so the previous 2 times these teams have met, it's ended in a loss to Flinders. It was a very close loss both times. Now, I think both teams are fairly evenly matched. Ben, what do you think?
I think they are fairly evenly matched. I mean, both teams, according to the Super League draft that just happened, pretty much all the guys are whipped up in the first 10 to 20 picks. Unfortunately, Flinders are missing Johnny Warren White tonight. He's got a Year 7 graduation or something. So he's out, and he's a big player. Maybe not a game changer, but definitely someone useful to have on the field.
Who's your pick tonight? Who do you think's going to win?
I think Flinders will take it away. They're a strong team. They know what they're doing, and they've mixed it up with each other for quite some time.
Yeah, Ben, who are you picking?
I'm definitely hoping Flinders will win, being a Flinders boy myself. I haven't mentioned the girls yet, and I think Flinders have a good, solid line of girls, and that could make the difference, so I'm going for them for a close game.
All right, so we've got 2 votes for Flinders. No, I think Flinders will take this one. I think UE are going to struggle to involve their girls, and I reckon that's going to be to their detriment. All right.
Sun setting, beautiful setting, beautiful sun setting, and it's beautiful scenery.
Yeah, and the wind has died down too.
Died down.
Do you think that'll affect the tactics?
I think it will. I think UE would have done slightly better in the wind, so maybe that'll be working to Flinders' advantage, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep, definitely. So now we've got, wow, we've got Flinders coming out with 4 girls here. Interesting call, Ben?
Like I just said, Flinders do, I think, have a stronger girl line, and this could be a tactic they'll use frequently, especially because they're down a guy tonight, at least for the first half down. So it could be something they'll use regularly, and I think it'll work to their favour. So we'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, I agree there. UE struggle to involve their girls, and this we could see the game decided by the females on the line. So Kay pulling, puts it up, a nice length throw there. Alison Wonders catches it, throws it to Andy. Andy looks like he's going to be handling tonight. UE have come out in a standard zone here. Tessa gets it around the cup, up to Hannah. Hannah looking around, dumps to Andy Baddocks. Andy Baddocks swings across to Sammy Ogden. Ogden dumps, Baddocks swings. Alison Clark throws up the line to Tessa. Great move there by Tessa, getting around the cup. Dumps again, Baddocks. Baddocks looking, he's sitting on the disc here. And looks like they're actually in a pommy now. So Wonders again with the disc. Oh, throws it up. Ali Venning gets a block there. So despite there's no wind, they come out in the zone, Ben.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised, I guess, but that's what they're doing during a commentator.
All right. Kirsty Dawson with the disc. Ellie Whitcroft on the mark. Throws it to Sando now. Sando was named as one of the dangerous players, looking for that flick. And they've got a backhand force on, and Sando puts it up deep. We've got Alison Clark with a massive block in the end zone. Great play there by an experienced player.
UE are moving it well, but maybe we're a bit overexcited about the big throw then.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Sammy calls it in from the back of the end zone. Alison Clark with the disc, throws to Tessa Bilney. Bilney throws it across to Baddocks. Baddocks up the line to Hannah. Baddocks gets the disc now. Baddocks could, be a game changer for Flinders here. Great catch there by Clark, throwing it up the line to Bilney. Ooh, bit of a walk there. Oh, throws it out in front of Spanner. David Sanderson picks up the disc for UE now. Looking out wide, throws it into space. Ben Reuter covers the disc, gets there. Andy Baddocks has called him out. Ben Reuter puts down the disc. Andy Baddocks looking to pick up. No, he's left it where it is. I think he was called off by Sammy there. Good play by Sammy, you reckon?
Yeah, probably a good move. Baddocks is already showing that he's holding onto the disc maybe a bit too long when he's swinging it. And yeah, we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, Alison Clark putting it to Tessa Bilney in the end zone. Oh, Tessa just misses it. Oh, that was an amazing throw there by Clark. Putting it up for Tessa Bilney. Tessa is an amazing player, as we're probably going to see tonight. So, David Sanderson coming up against that backhand mark again. Ben Foley here cheering on his team. Mel T with the disc. Throws to Ali Venning. Venning drops it there. So, Middleton calling the stack.
I think both teams are showing early finals game nerves. Simple throwaways have been the only cause of turnover so far.
Oh, Wonders puts up a big floaty one. Pash comes down with the disc. Reuter up the line. Throws that big forehand fake that he's got and then unleashes it. going to Sanderson, going long. Sanderson and Baddix. Sanderson comes down with a disc. 1-0 to UE.
Yeah, like I said, there's been a lot of too easy turnovers so far, mostly actually from Flinders girls throwing it to not really anyone, and similar thing happening. I think Sando's had a few turnovers already, but then caught the goal, so hopefully that makes up for it for his team.
So we've got UE already, Flinders already. Here comes the pull. Llewellyn puts it up. Looks like it's going to sit down 2 metres inside the field of play. Tessa lets it go. Schrader picks it up. Ali Venning puts on a strong mark, shuts off a few of those Schrader fakes, swings it across to Ogden. Ogden looking, throwing that scuba over the top to Schrader. Schrader straight to Ben Thomas. Ben Thomas with the weapon, throws to Tessa, who swings it to Ogden. Ogden now throws through a big hole in that zone there, Ben. UE are sticking with that zone, and there's no wind, and they just got scored on. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think that Flinders really felt much pressure at all from that zone. They may have stopped 1 or 2 first options, but really Flinders just moved around quite easily and just worked it in, which they should have done the first time as well.
Yeah, you could see them really settle down there, just hit those nice big open options, and there was 2 or 3 over the head passes that when there's no wind, they're easy to complete for such a calibre team. So Ben Thomas puts up the forehand pull, of course, the weapon. That lands a metre in the end zone. Richard Appleby picks it up. Cross to Manning. Manning with... Okay, Flinders are out in a man defence here. Chris Manning looking to work hard. Morgan to K-Mac. K-Mac bobbles it, brings it down. Swinging across to Manning. Manning looking. Throws a floaty pass to Llewellyn. Llewellyn looking, throws the fake. And puts it up forehand, going deep to Richard Appleby. He's got 2 Flinders players right there. Ben Thomas with a block. I think there might be a call on the field here. All right, and they're just discussing it now. So Ben, that's the second UE huck to kind of straight up into space with no real clear option going deep there.
Yeah, it was a bit of a kind of risky option, I guess. Richie ended up having both Baddix and Ben Thomas right on him. He's a good receiver. He's a short man, but he's got huge hops, and he would pull most of them down, and maybe it was a foul that stopped him. I can't see what the call is here, but it was also from a break throw, and I talked about this at the start of the game. I don't know if Flinders are going to be able to stop all of UE's break throws, and that might be too damaging for them.
Yep. So contested foul on the play there. Richard, believing he was contacted unfairly, and that affected his play on the disc, comes back to Llewellyn with Middleton on the mark. So the team's just resetting back to where they were. All right, Llewellyn with the disc, looking, faking, throwing a high release. Oh, down to the ground. Bit of a brain fade there. So Appleby on the mark. Baddix with the disc. Baddix throws it across to Thomas. Thomas looking, faking. He's gesturing someone in. Schrader with the disc now, swings it across to Baddix. Baddix looks, swings to Fatty. Fatty working hard here, puts the weapon into the end zone. Ellie Wheatcroft brings it down. Another score to Flinders.
Flinders had a lot of opportunities then. They had girls constantly streaming free into the end zone. Like we said, Flinders girls are looking a little stronger, and Flinders boys need to work out how to use them to their advantage to win this game, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yuri, don't get broken!
Ben Foley, as a commentator, you can't really cheer your team on, mate. You've got to be neutral. So Baddix puts up the pull. It's rather flat. Looks like it's going to go to the front of the end zone. Manning catches it, throws it across to Sanderson. Sanderson looks back, throws a scuba across to Ali Venning. Ali Venning throws to Mark Botka. Botka with the disc, dumps off to Sando. Several deep options there for Sando. He doesn't take it. Again, he's coming up against that backhand force now. We're really going to see him using the other side of his body as a rarity. He normally prefers to throw a forehand or a scuba rather than the backhand. Dawson with the disc, dumps to T. T winding up, throws to Sando, who got free really easy there. Swings to Ali Venning, disc down, but I believe there was a pick on the play. This UE offense is looking pretty good, Ben.
Yep, it is. They're getting free under a lot, and they're throwing 1 or 2 breakthroughs, which is just open up the whole play. Flinders are putting a lot of pressure on them deep, especially when like Morgan's not on, but when Mark and a couple of the others are running long, they're putting a lot of pressure on that, so making it hard for them to score easily, but they're still moving the disc quite freely.
Okay, Sanderson looking to dump, throws a push pass to T. T with the disc now. Dawson makes the swing cut. Manning comes back for the dump. Manning with the disc now. Oh, throws a very quick pass to Mark Botka in the end zone. Break, score, UE, 2-all. Ben Foley.
Chris Manning is already notably playing really well. He's running quite a bit.
Yeah, he is.
Running quite a bit harder than most of the other players out there. Just watching him stream under the end and then quick turn and flick, which is perfect money shot to Mark Botka then. So I don't know if they planned that or whether it was just he's just got his eye in, I guess.
Yeah, Mark Botka does have a nose for the end zone. He tends to get free a lot and find the spaces he needs to in the end zone.
What's going on, Andy Baddix?
Sandy is killing me.
Yes, he is.
So Pash with the pull here. Greg Schrader underneath it. It's going to go 4 or 5 metres deep in the end zone. Swings it across to Spanner. Spanner to Schrader. Oh, Mike Middleton with a bit of pressure there. Yes, that's Mike Middleton. Drafted quite high in the Super League. Should be interesting to see how he performs. Spanner with the disc, throwing upfield to Mvic. Mvic bobbles it. Oh, just brings it down. Ben Thomas. Now here comes the weapon. No, he dumps off to Spanner. Thomas makes the instant swing. Sammy Ogden gets down for the disc. Looks like it's been called up. Ben Thomas making the cut to the end zone. Ben Thomas. Lay. Oh, he's come up with a big bid. Was that there for him?
I think the throw was always a little bit long and it wasn't Ben's best bid. I think he knew he wasn't going to quite get to that one.
No Andrew Fleming heroics there, I'm afraid. Sando going back for the disc. David Sanderson. You know, I think Flinders should be looking to stick with that backhand first, honestly.
Yeah, definitely, especially on Sando, who dominates with his flick. I don't know if Sammy can really hold him much. Sammy, he can probably hold the force well, but Sammy just hasn't got quite that sharp, agile turn that Sando has to match him on defense.
Yeah, Sammy has the top speed. It just takes him a long time to get there, whereas Sando seems to be at his top speed in 2 or 3 steps. So is that backhand? No. Yeah, it's the backhand force. Mike Middleton gets the disc. Pash with the disc now, looking upfield. Throws it off to Sando. Sando looking bit of a mess downfield here. T cleans it up, gets the disc in the dump position. Kirsty Dawson making a strong cut out into space. Oh. And Mel T turfs it out in front of her. Mike Middleton with the attempted save. Doesn't come up with it though. Sammy Ogden looking to pick it up here. Flinders setting up their stack. Tessa Bilney, deepest player here. Ellie Wheatcroft out the back. Ben Thomas throws a bit of a head fake. Gets the disc under free. Ben Thomas throwing a forehand to Mvic in the end zone. Ali Venning got beat there.
When Flinders put their cutting together, it seems to be really easy for them to work it in. At the same, you can do the same thing as well, though. So it's just a matter of who can just put the most away, I guess.
So it's 3-2 now to Flinders. Sammy Ogden with the disc, looking to pull. Pash says UE are ready. Here comes the pull. Bit offside, very flat pull now. Goes onto the end zone line. Richard Appleby picks it up. T with the disc here, throws it off to Pash. Pash up the line to Reuter. Reuter with the disc here, looking, faking, looks away. Throws it off to Morgan Llewellyn, who's got free under there on Scott Middleton. Ali Venning provides the swing cut. Ali Venning keeps going. Oh, Mel T. Just straight out of the fingertips. Alison Clark walks off. Andy Baddix. Andy Baddix has been... No, he's been given permission to pick up the disc here. Oh, he's put a big one up onto the fat side. Morgan Llewellyn gets there, covers the space, gets a massive block over the top there. Andy Baddix.
Just evidence of Andy Baddix being overambitious, something we warned about at the start.
Yeah, it definitely was. With someone of Morgan Llewellyn's size back there, you really can't put it too far up in the air, otherwise he's going to come down with it. Okay, Appleby bringing the disc up. Baddock's on the mark. Morgan makes the fake. Fakes deep. Cuts under. Scotty Middleton just kind of let him go there. I think he's very afraid of Morgan Llewellyn going deep. Llewellyn throws it off to Mel T. Mel T's been a big part of this offense so far. Throwing it across to Reuter. Reuter, big forehand fake to Morgan Llewellyn again. Llewellyn looking deep. Fakes the forehand, fakes the backhand. Looking off, throws the dump. Melinda T, very safe hands here. She's been their release valve so far. Reuter again, seeing lots of the disc so far. Kristen Pash, who's working against Ben Thomas, one of the stronger receivers in SA. Oh, Morgan Llewellyn puts up a big... Oh, and Alison Clark gets the block. Big contest between Appleby and Baddocks. No call on the play. I think that's good there. There wasn't really anything there. Ogden looking to wind up with the backhand. There it is. Puts it up. Ben Thomas out in front. Kristen Pash getting burnt. His pants are on fire. Someone give him a glass of water.
Good finish by Flinders.
Yeah, that definitely was. You see Ben Thomas there set up that cut.
He certainly did, and he got it easily. Ben knows how to hit the end zone well.
And Sammy made a great throw there. Nice and flat, out into space. Didn't really give Kristen the go at it. So Melinda T's been providing a good, solid release valve so far, getting UE off a high stall count. Ben Thomas puts up a forehand pull. It's an outside in. Chris Manning underneath it, lets it go out. And he's going to call a brick here, I think. Yep, so Chris Manning bring it into the middle of the field. Flinders coming out in a man defense. UE looking to use their horizontal setup, the U. Have you seen much of the U, Ben?
Only from UE, but not recently, so it's good to see how it goes.
Oh, strong cut there by Kelly McKenzie. Morgan Llewellyn gets the disc underneath, throws a fake. Mark Bodker, strong cut under, and he's completely free here. But Llewellyn engages the dump and sticks with it. Melinda T throws it up. Oh, Greg Schrader gets a big piece of that disc, but Morgan Llewellyn saves it. Mark Bodker here throws a fake, throws another fake, throws it to Morgan. Oh, Morgan lets it go, and Ellie Wheatcroft gets a good block. Snaffling that disc, and Ben Thomas unleashes the weapon. Greg Schrader, big pin, doesn't quite get it. The weapon.
Exciting to watch the weapon. Love to see it. Greg's already showing why he was a high pick in Super League with an almost D and then huge bid in the end zone for just missing the weapon.
Yeah, talking about Morgan's big wingspan, Greg Schrader is another one that's very gorilla-like. He's got a huge reach on him for, he's only an average height guy, but he seems to be able to get discs beyond that. So Llewellyn makes the cut under. Scott Middleton lets him go. Strong cut there by Dawson coming under, claiming that disc, demanding it. Throws it off to Llewellyn. Llewellyn looking. Throws a fake, makes a pivot, throws it off to Melinda T. Richard Appleby in the power position. Kirsty Dawson going deep. Richard Appleby throws a fake, looks it off. M. Vic, good defense. Melinda T with the disc now. That's release valve that they've got going on. Swings it across to Appleby. Llewellyn going deep. Richard Appleby puts it up deep to Morgan Llewellyn. Scotty Middleton doesn't know where it is. Morgan Llewellyn drops the hook. He's on the front of the end zone here. Scotty looking to hold the force. Mark Botka doesn't quite get it in. It's been called back to the line here. Mark throws the fake. Throws a hammer. Score to UE. Wow, a hammer from Mark Botka. Did you see that coming?
I don't think I've ever seen him throw a hammer before.
It was a bit wobbly.
It came out though, and right now Morgan is really all over Scotty, I think.
Yeah, Scotty has been playing deep with him, but he let him go that time. Lost the disc, never had a clue where it was, and Morgan just took it off his head.
You're not going to be able to really stop Morgan altogether. Your best job is to slow him down as much as you can.
Yeah, definitely. So the score is now 4-3 to Flinders. So Sando holds up the disc, shows that he's ready. Flinders are ready too. Bit of a offside there. And there's that big forehand from Sando. That goes 5, 10, 15 yards deep in the end zone. Spanner has to pick it up pretty much on the back of the end zone. Billman Bilney with the disc. Girl handlers here. Clark gets it upfield. Throws a backhand into space. Sandy up for the big block there. Sandy elevates. Gets a good block there. Throws that backhand fake. Looking to control the offense here. Venning makes a strong undercut. Ali Venning with the disc here. Looking into the end zone. Throws a weak fake. Endo up the line. Oh, Ben Thomas cuts it off. Great awareness there by Thomas. Oh, bit of a travel there by Sammy Ogden. It's not called. He puts it up to Tessa Bilney, who brings it down in the end zone. 5-3.
You can tell Flinders recognised that their girls were handy and they put all forwards in the action and kept the boys out of it, at least for the first 2 throws.
Yeah, and a great block there by Ben Thomas, showing great awareness coming off the front of the stack there to cut off that pass that was looking dangerous to Sandy on that up the line cut there. So Sanderson is showing that UE are ready. Ogden with the disc, pulling. That was a great pull we saw from Sanderson last point. Let's see what Ogden can pull out here. Throws a big inside out, flattens out, going 5 yards deep, maybe 7.5 yards deep. Sanderson throws a flick across to Venning, to Reuter. Reuter looking upfield. UE playing this U offense again, looking to spread the field out. Reuter in the big power position, puts it up deep. Pash, Schrader, both go up early, sails over both their hands. Interesting look again. UE trying to exploit that deep cut.
Yeah, it was some messy cutting. It looked like they just really tried to push it.
That is, yeah, you're right there. That is the thinking behind the U though. Create deep cuts from the sides and punch it straight down the middle with a deep throw. Fortunately, it didn't come off. So Baddix picks up the disc. Wheatcroft makes a strong cut. Dawson trailing behind, catches up to Greg Schrader. Another deep cut. Baddix has got a choice of receivers here. Wheatcroft dumps it off to Ogden. Ogden with the disc. Ogden throws a fake. Wonders up the line. Venning puts on the mark. Wonders has got the disc, puts up a flick. Pash, Schrader. Schrader brings down the disc straight over the top of him. Big grab there by Schrader, puts it in. And victory. What a grab there by Ben Foley. Exciting or what?
Very exciting. Can we say more? Great cut by Greg. Poor throw, but then saves it with a brilliant catch right over Kay's head.
Yeah, Kay seemed to overrun it a bit there. Greg Schrader coming back with the flight. Gets it over the top of Kristen Pash, who's such a consistent and solid player. Very special play there. That takes it out to 6-3 to Flinders. They've got another break here, Ben.
Yeah, if not back to Flinders, could be a big, significant move to the game.
It's not Pennex stations yet, though, for UE. They've still got plenty of time.
It's definitely not rest stations yet for Flinders.
Now, the UE girls have been playing pretty well tonight. They've just been burnt a little bit, but on offense, they're really helping the boys carry the load, which is something we haven't seen really this season. UE have often preferred to work it through their very strong guy line. Melinda T has been playing an excellent role on offense, providing a nice, easy reset, allowing them to, get the disc back on 0 and keep playing offense. Ogden with the pull, puts it up, flattens out, Appleby underneath it, goes 5 yards deep in the end zone, swings it across to Melinda T. T with the disc here. UE back in the horizontal U offense. Baddix on the mark, cuts it off. Richard Appleby, great grab there by Kristen Pash, getting down to snap that disc up. Appleby, big power position. Venning going deep, covered well by Tessa Bilney there. Mel T provides the reset, dumps it off to Llewellyn instead, throws the fake. Reuter, big deep cut there. Appleby working in front of the stack on Baddix. Throws it up the line to Venning. Venning with the disc here, looking upfield, looking. Throws it out. Oh, Ellie Venning. That forehand just slid. Wonders with the disc here. Alison Clark throws it up. Big yardage gainer by Baddix, working underneath there on Appleby. Addix points, throws it deep to Ben Thomas. Ben Thomas resets to Baddix. Baddix controlling the offense here. Baddix throws a big swing to Ogden. Ogden with the disc on the near sideline, throws it out. Ben Thomas, easy score for Flinders.
Well moved by Flinders, but some of their guys are already starting to look tired. Scotty Middleton, I'm looking at in particular. He told me he had a cold or something earlier this week, and he's slowing down significantly.
That could be a big factor. If Scotty slows down too much, who are they going to put on Morgan Llewellyn?
I think Greg's probably your next best bet, like you said before, with the huge reach, and he's got some good hops, and he's just playing really well.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. So that's 7-3 with a timeout called. We've just had Phil Shields in on the UE huddle. Phil, what's the hot tip from UE?
Well, Iron Chef Sando reckons they should do a straight-up force to stop the flow which Flinders seem to be getting, and also they're struggling getting longer stuff. So they really want to, UE really want to work on getting longer throws rather than get stuck in the middle there.
All right, thank you, Phil. So Joel, nice to have you on board.
I arrived late, but what I'm seeing here is UE came into this game probably the favourite of the two. In fact, they favoured themselves. I know they did from pre-game commentary. But Flinders have got the jump on them. They've come out really hard. They're playing really well. They're using their girls really well. And Greg's having a blinder so far. And yeah, I think that unless UE can... The timeout called by UE was actually really well timed, I think. That's going to hopefully put the brakes on this Flinders run, and they can get their heads about them, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Chris Manning throwing a face pass there to Richard Appleby, who comes up with it.
Andy Bates is running hard.
Yeah, Andy is running very hard.
It's really good to see Andy staying focused, playing really good defence on Richard. He's actually making it really tough for him.
Yeah, he is. So that was a pick there. Ali Venning with the disc, called in the air. So Venning with the disc here, looking upfield. Richard Appleby working hard. Baddock's playing nice and close to him. Appleby putting it up deep to Morgan Llewellyn. Morgan Llewellyn doesn't come up with it, just falls to the ground out of his reach there. Bit of a bladey pass there, Ben Foley.
Yeah, like Joel said, Andy and all the Flinders right now are just running that little bit harder than UE and putting the pressure on him.
And another forced deep throw, Ben.
Yeah, they've been looking for that a lot. I don't know if they just came out and think it's their strength and they can just put it away easy, but it's not working for them.
No, they're not.
The problem here is that Flinders are very aware of that Richie to Morgan play, and you saw that both Fatty and Greg were really tight on that huck then, which made it really hard for Richie to get out a really nice throw.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Joel. All right, so Ben Thomas with the disc here. Ogden makes the up the line cut and continues on down the field. Manning running hard there. Manning has been running hard all night. Baddocks with the disc faking, throws a good throw there, off balance. That was a brilliant throw there by Baddocks. Ogden pointing, looks to reset now, throws it out in front of Baddocks. Baddocks in the power position. Wheatcroft supplies the deep cut now, cuts under hard. Strong defence there by Dawson, puts it up deep to Morgan Llewellyn. Oh, way too short there. Andy Baddocks, Joel.
Yeah, interesting option there. Andy does have some pretty nice throws, but his decision making at times is, but he gets it straight back. That's a fantastic D by Andy.
Oh, is it ever? Way to make it up there. I think they're going to take the occasional block with the occasional throw. So
I'm not sure if this tactic of hucking to the guy marked by Morgan is good for Flinders. I think
yeah, you're right.
Really could bring him under here.
Yeah, Baddocks straight over the top of Spanner. That's a terrible mistake there. Appleby with the disc here. Baddocks playing off, looking to stop the throw. Appleby dumps off to Llewellyn. Llewellyn looking deep. Throws a fake. Strong cut there by Dawson, picking it up off the ground. Dawson with the disc here. Throws it up to Venning. Venning to Manning out on the far sideline. Manning keeps it in just. Manning with the disc, looking for an option here. Looks off Appleby, throws it into Llewellyn. Playing in front of Greg. UE score, bring it back to 7-4. Ben Foley.
I think after that second term, Flinders just kind of lost it a little bit and didn't put the pressure back on.
Fury coming out on offense, back to the 4 women. I think this is a really good call here, Ben.
Yep, it's working really well for them so far, so don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, definitely. If Flinders, they're working kind of upwind here. It's coming off our left-hand shoulder, so that's the far dark side of the field, if you would. We've got UE ready. Flinders still discussing what they're going to do here on offense. Sanderson with the pull. We'll probably see another big forehand here. His last one was a beauty, just pulling up inside the back of the end zone. There it is. It's another big one. Going 5, 10. Ogden catches it before it hits the ground, gets it out of the end zone quickly to Clark, throws it back to Ogden. Ogden bobbles it. UE back in their zone set. Clark with the disc, up to Ogden. Takes a couple of steps, steadies himself, throws a hammer. Mel T. Oh, Melinda T. Big block. Getting it before Vic can get there. Sando throws a big backhand fake. Working. Botka. Ben Foley's just gone off to cheer his team here. He's getting excited. Dawson makes a good undercut, dumps it straight off to Sandy. Great play. Mike Middleton in the end zone. UE, 2 points in a row. 7-5, Joel Pillar.
Yeah, well, you can see how the timeout that UE called a couple of points ago has really changed the momentum of this game. UE scored the tough up winder on the last point and then came down with the wind to their backs with that zone. And just a bit of a brain fade by Sam there allows UE to get the 2 in the row. And really right back in this game. I think is it 7-5 right now?
7-5, yes. So Pash with the disc here, signalling UE already. They're going to be playing defense downwind. Flinders sticking with the 4 women. Whoa, Kelly McKenzie, big head start there. Rightio, so Baddock's underneath the disc. Waiting for it, catches it on the full, swings across to Ogden. Kelly McKenzie on the mark, and UE back in their zone set. They got a turn last time. Baddock swings it across to Ogden. Ogden throws on the run to Hannah. Ogden with the disc, close bid there by the UE player Dawson. Baddock's with the disc, throws an outside in blade to Ogden. Ogden up the line to Empen. Empen looking, Joel.
What you really notice here is a very static outfield from Flinders. Both Scotty and Wheatcroft are very static here, and Kay's not having to do any work at all. He knows where they are all the time, and it's not helping the players downfield.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Mike Middleton coming in and biting on that throw there. Baddock's with the disc. Baddock's throws an outside in blade. Venning comes into pressure. Ogden brings it down over the top of her. Looking across field, and Vic sets the disc, throws it to Baddock's. Baddock's has been controlling the offense, throwing a lot of good passes. Venning biting on the Ogden call. Baddock's throws a high release over Kelly McKenzie. Ogden with the disc here on the far sideline. Looking.
We're still seeing a very static outfield. There's no room to move into this end zone because the 2 players back here are just standing still inside of it.
Yeah, definitely. They need to be cutting towards the disc or away from the disc, making Kay accountable. Oh, and Vic, scuba. Empen drops it. UE get the turn, Sando pick it up, and he was looking for that forehand. Pash makes a strong cut from the backfield. Dawson to Pash. Pash looking upfield, throws a big hammer. Ogden getting back. Venning underneath it. Venning brings it down. Wow, 7-6. Big fight back from UE here, Ben Foley.
Compared to the zone UE was playing before, you can tell Flinders are really feeling the pressure, or just from watching. Like Joel said, the outfield's not running around at all. The handlers are struggling to find movement. UE are running much harder and just making them scared.
Pash with the disc here, putting it up. Big backhand. This one might slide sideways out of bounds. Alison Clark underneath it. Yes, it's out of bounds. Greg Schrader signals he wants the brick, and it's going to bring it to the middle of the field, 20 metres up. UE look like they're going to reset on this zone here. Ben Foley, they've got 2 blocks so far. Is it going to continue to work for them?
They're getting all the girls to run in there, so they're really making use of, or they're stopping Flinders getting use from their 4-girl tactics, so that's really shutting down that option for them.
Yeah, but we see Alison Clark back out here now, so she might, be the difference, as I was saying. And Ben Thomas, who's a really experienced player, is playing in the deep position against this UE zone. So we can see, or we can expect a little bit more movement from such an experienced player. Oh, Baddock's had a big opening there through the middle, throws an outside in backhand to Ben Thomas. Ben Thomas with the disc here, looking, dumps it off to Alison Clark. Alison Clark looks, dumps. Greg Schrader swings to Empen. Hannah Empen, Baddock's makes the cut, gets it around the cup there. Andy Baddock's with the disc now, looking into the end zone. A little bit of white line fever. No, puts it across to Alison Clark on the far side of the field. Alison Clark puts it into the ground there, Joel. Should she have completed that?
It was always going to be a tough pass, that one. Morgan was coming hard at that, and he's a fast guy. It was a lot much better movement by Flinders that time. Not great spacing, but much better movement in the backfield.
Yeah, definitely. So UE come in, Appleby. Morgan Llewellyn working under against Ben Thomas. Venning making a big deep cut, getting there. Oh, it's just too far. She was working very hard for that disc, and You half expected her to leave her feet there and make an amazing grab, but didn't happen. UE resetting their zone. Alison Clark brings it to the front of the end zone. Swings it to Schrader. Schrader with the disc, puts it up deep. Emma Victory, free, miles free. Richard Appleby blown coverage on the deep position. Ben Thomas goes and scores the point. Flinders take half, 8-6. Interesting.
Yep, a little bit of a miscommunication there on who was marking that deep player, and great throw from Greg, great cut by Vic, great awareness, and Fatty is backing it up.
Yeah, definitely. Emma Victory always seems to know where she is on the field and where she needs to go to. So that's half time. This coverage is brought to you by ULTI.TV, the ultimate in sports coverage. If you want to be a part of our coverage, you need to contact us, where we're looking for sponsors and we're looking for you. Okay, I'm here with Phil Shields. Phil, what's the hot tip, mate?
Halftime huddle was really interesting for both teams. Look, Flinders really want to bring that intensity back, bring the fight back to where it was at the beginning so that they don't lose any momentum. UE, on the other hand, they realise they've got to get the Ds, and that's what they're going to try and work on. Obviously, it's it goes without saying, plus they just want to stop the turnovers. They also reckon that Flinders are poaching, and they want to look out for that poach and get something back.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Phil. Great comments there. I'm joined, Ben Foley, got a new beer. Sammy Ogden putting up the pull. Oh, big offside there by Flinders. Really flat pull. Melinda T underneath it. Going back. Mel T. At Handy Baddocks, busting hard there. Sando gets free though. Baddocks was working hard there. Venning now catches it on the break side. Looks off Botka. Sando with the disc here. Backhand force again. Mike Middleton now. Mark Bodka breaks out of his deep cut, cuts under. Oh, Chris Manning with the disc here, working against Sammy Ogden. Sando working, keeping working, puts it up, and the call is a stall by Samuel Ogden. Took a long time for Chris to get rid of that disc there.
Tested stall, probably the first I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, he clearly agrees that he still had it at the end of 10. So that's a turnover. Flinders disc. Now, interesting, Sammy Ogden caught that disc. Technically, he should be throwing it now. But Andy Baddocks is picking it up. Clearly, he's showing, the captain's showing some faith in Baddocks here. Baddocks looking, Ogden makes a cut to the far side of the field, now comes back open side, Schrader to Thomas. Thomas with the weapon. Thomas looking upfield, working against Mark Botka. Botka on the mark, throws it up to Ogden. Ogden catches one-handed above his head. Manning on the mark. Ogden, there's a girl poach somewhere. Ogden with the disc, throws it to Ben Thomas on that far sideline. They're working down the cram hole here. Ogden with the disc, fakes to the backhand, looking to put it in the open side. Schrader not quite in, looking, engages Sammy. Sammy doesn't move, goes back, looking to force it in there. Hannah Empen catches the goal. The score is 9-6. Flinders take the first point after half. Positive signs, Ben?
Yeah, before this last point had started, I would have said UE were looking stronger. They got 3 points in a row, and only Flinders managed to cram one in, but they were coming out hard. But Flinders have come up, all guns blazing again, so it could be an exciting second half.
Yeah, definitely. So it's 9-6 here at the SA State League Div 1 mixed final. So Flinders have been using that backhand force, and it seems to be working a bit, Ben.
Yeah, that's the only thing that can really slow Sando down. You can't stop him getting the disc, but you can try and stop him throwing the big throws.
Yeah, definitely. His backhand is still good, but it's not as good as his forehand by any means. So Ben Thomas here, unleashing the weapon on the pull. Big outside in, going 5 yards deep in the end zone, rolling. Richard Appleby picks it up, throws it to Sando. Sando back to Appleby. They move out of the end zone. Appleby with a bit of a hop, step and a jump. Appleby looking now, engages Sando, dumps it off. They reset. Flinders in a straight up force here, throws off to Llewellyn, who's being played on by Greg Schrader, who's been having an awesome game so far. Resets to Venning, swings out to Kelly McKenzie, throws a fake to no one, throws up the line to Morgan Llewellyn, who's working against Greg Schrader. Mike Middleton gets free under Fatty there. Mike Middleton with the disc, looking across field now, looking to reset. Throws a bad pass straight to Vic. I'm joined again by Joel Pillar, who's also got a fresh beer.
It's really interesting to see the players that Flinders puts on Morgan. The evolution of Greg on the last year has been impressive. He's now got the primary matchup on Morgan, defensive matchup on Morgan.
Yes, Scotty Middleton's been switched out here. Ben Thomas, the weapon, and victory in the end zone. And victory brings down the score. That's 2 in a row, 10-6, Joel Pillar.
That's the weapon by Thuddy. That's fantastic. That's what we call the weapon. That flick of his is just sensational.
It is definitely. That one was right in stride of Vic there. She didn't have to slow down. She didn't have to speed up. She just watched it in the hands. Caught a relatively easy goal here. Okay, so Joel Pillar, what are your thoughts, mate?
What is really interesting to see here is how Flinders have evolved into a really mature team. Tonight we're seeing a really mature team perform here. A lot of good individual performances and a good team performance overall.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Joel. They're playing well as a team. You know, they've definitely matured into a superstar team. So, Reuter dumps it off to Appleby. Hop, skipping a jump. Looking now, throws... Alison Clark almost getting a block there. Morgan pulls that one in at the last second. Throws it off to Reuter. Kristen Pash working under Greg Schrader right there with him. Kristen Pash puts it up deep to Richard Appleby. Richard Appleby, is he there? Oh no, he's just too far. You'd see his age in his legs there, Ben. 5 years ago.
He was still looking quick. Just throw was a bit flat and a bit far.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's Kristen Pash's forte. That low release backhand that just floats out in front. That one just kind of got away a little bit there. Andy Baddix has been picking up the disc here. Samuel Ogden is showing a lot of faith in him. He threw some away earlier, but has been playing well since. Reuter on the mark. Huey in the man defense. And the disc is called in. Alison Clark working under. Clark with the disc now. Greg Schrader makes the big deep cut. Kristen Pash playing strong defense. Reuter on the mark. Baddix looking to break. Breaks with a high release backhand. Scotty Middleton with the disc. Allison makes the swing cut. Dumps to Baddix. Baddix now. Greg Schrader beats Kristen Pash in the foot race, but doesn't get thrown the disc. Empen now. Strong mark by Kelly McKenzie. Baddix with the disc. He's seeing a lot of the disc here. Clark with the disc now.
We're seeing Flinders guys really well covered here, and the girls are getting free quite a lot. They do need to use their girls here.
Yeah, definitely. So Ogden with the disc here. He's gesturing to someone downfield. I think he's calling them under. So, well, Baddix has got caught there, and Greg Schrader has bailed out the team. Throws a low release. Kelly McKenzie, doesn't quite get it. Hannah Empen brings down the score. 11-6. That's 3 in a row. Wow.
That's 3 decent scores.
So we've got UE on the line. They're about to play offense. Flinders down there.
This is really one of the last throws of the dice for UE, I think. They're 6-11 down, and if they don't start changing the game now, it's going to be game over. So, well-timed timeout call just there. Let's see what they bring after that.
Yeah, it is heading towards crunch time now for UE. All right, so UE are ready.
They've also decided to start this point without their key player Morgan on the field. That could be an example of UE democracy at play.
Yeah, definitely. UE are coaching by committee most of the time. Chris Manning gets the disc. Ben Reuter, middle of the field, 5 yards back. Chris Manning now. Manning with the disc, working against Middleton. Botka now. Botka just in his own end zone.
Here we see the issue that I told about. They're playing a zone structure, and there's players hanging it the whole time. It takes away their own end zone.
Yeah, definitely, and there's a fair bit of clogging right in front of the thrower's face. It's making those options really hard to see. Manning throwing a good pass there to Botka. Botka working against Ben Thomas. Throws a... Kay's hanging out deep, makes an undercut. Manning in the power position, looking deep. Doesn't have a deep cut, though. Puts it up deep anyway. Mark Botka doesn't quite get there. So Andy Baddix picking up the disc again. Sammy Ogden has shown real faith tonight, and Baddix has delivered, I think. You know, he's only had 2 or 3 turns the entire night. He's thrown consistently. High release there to Milton. Ben Thomas putting the deep cut in. Botka underneath it. Thomas, Botka gets the block over the top of Ben Thomas.
It's unusual that Scotty will put one up, and it wasn't looking too bad, but Botka's a big man. He just got over Fatty and put his hands up in the air at the right time.
Yeah, great closing speed there. He closed on the contest and made the play. Brilliant defense there by Mark Botka. Whoa! Manning unleashes a rocket and Reuter drops it straight through the hands. Baddix with the disc, high release. Ben Thomas, Flinders score, 12-6. Panic stations, Ben Foley.
Flinders is looking good, and they keep putting more and more away, and you can tell UAE are panicking.
Yeah, definitely.
The crowd is really looking for a good quality final here, and they're worried this is going to become a rout. What we really need is UAE to stand up and take this game to Flinders. People need to get behind UAE. I'm going to do it.
All right, Joel Pillar has made the call. He's going to get behind UAE here, trying to rally them now that they're looking a bit dejected. Okay, Ogden with the pull. He's been pulling well tonight. Throws up another one. He's going to keep this one in bounds. That's deep in the end zone too. Appleby deep in his own end zone. Throws it upfield to Venning. Venning with the disc. Marked by Alison Clark. Dawson makes an undercut, gets looked off. Sando working under. Oh no! Ali Venning has turfed the disc. Middle of the field. 3 metres outside their own end zone. This is trouble, folks. If Flinders score here, you have to think that Flinders are going to take this one home. Alison Clark picking up the disc. Fatty to the break side. UE point. Ben Foley. 13-6. It's a cheap turn.
Flinders are rolling. They're just putting one away after the other.
What we're going to see in this point is some stifling D by Flinders, and UAE are either going to crack under that pressure or they're going to stand up and work really hard, because this D is going to be intense. They've got to work hard. They've got to not be intimidated by it.
Okay. Oh, straight through Sando's legs. Did he touch it? That was another weapon pull by Ben Thomas. No, he's calling he didn't touch it. Had he touched it, that would be coming from the back of the end zone, but because he didn't, he brings it up to the front. Greg Schrader on the mark. Ben Foley, Joel Pillar cheering on the teams. Sando throws the fake, throws another fake. Mike Middleton. Mike Middleton's still massively free. Richard Appleby on the open side, takes a hop, skip and a jump. Llewellyn with the disc, throws the fake. Richard Appleby resets to Mel T. Here we go. So Mel T with the disc, looking for the open option. Llewellyn gets free under Scotty, puts it up deep. Sam Ogden v. Richard Appleby. Sam Ogden brings it down. Strong defense there, getting up high, taking it strongly. Richard Appleby unfortunately didn't have a chance at that one. Greg Schrader with the disc here, throws a fake. Resets to Ogden. Ogden with the disc. Richard Appleby holding the force. Throws the quick throw to Clark. Clark now to Thomas. Victory making the deep cut. Dawson chasing after as fast as she can. Ellie Wheatcroft getting open on the open side. Scotty gets the reset. Middleton with the reset here, throwing to Clark. Clark upfield to Thomas. Thomas looks, Ogden mooching. Oh, he gets it just out front of Richie. I think he was lucky there. Richie could have laid for that. Oh, throws a floaty one. Mike Middleton. Ben Thomas. Ben Thomas brings down the score. 14-6. Is it over?
UE moved it well, but they went for the long option, and they haven't been coming off for them tonight.
Yeah, Samuel Ogden, the captain, makes the key block at a real clutch moment there.
I think Flinders are surprising themselves with how well they're playing right now, and they're just loving it. And when they get excited and having fun, they play even better.
Yeah, you can see them dancing on the line. I don't really commend Baddix's dance move, but he's been playing well tonight. His throws have been on. He's really settled down into the game, and you know, it's been great faith shown by Samuel Ogden in him. The girls have been playing well. They've played well as a team.
At 14-6, you'd say this game is pretty much done. It's been a masterclass by Flinders.
Yeah, this second half has been something else. ULTI haven't scored since Flinders took half 8-6. It's now 14-6. So UE back out on offense. They really need to score here. Manning with the disc. We see Llewellyn and Richard Appleby both off. Venning throws up the line. Manning in the power position. Oh, puts it up. Kristen Pash v. Baddocks. Baddocks. Pash. Oh, he's dropped it off their hands.
It really is one of those games where hard work has earned you the luck. Like luck is just starting to fall Flinders' way just through their hard work. And you can see just some really uncharacteristic errors, both from Kay there and on Richie the point before not boxing out Sammy.
Yeah, Baddocks ran hard there. Really wasn't in any position, but made the play anyway. Pick on the throw. Samuel Ogden running out of the stack. Tessa trying to make a deep cut, but runs into Reuter. Reuter Cook makes the call. Disc goes back. Disc coming back in. Pash on the mark. Baddocks with the disc. Flinders on offense. Baddocks looking deep. Ogden working to the open side. Reuter, very strong defense there, playing with a lot of physicality. Oh, Tessa, big grab there. Left-handed, down by the shoelaces. Great catch. Baddocks, oh, throwing fakes, faking. He's waving, he wants someone. Time just went. So this is going to be a gain to 15, folks. Ogden puts up the deep pass. Middleton behind Manning. Oh, drop the hook. Straight over the top of Manning. Scott Middleton. Tessa Bilney, open side. Flinders win, 15-6. So that was our final. Gentlemen, final thoughts on the game. Ben, you first?
Yep, very exciting first half with both teams playing really well. Flinders took a lead and then UE brought it back. And I was expecting a second half to be very similar, and Flinders just pulled it together and ran away. Sando had a great game, but I wasn't enough in the second half to bring the team, bring the rest of his team up. I think we didn't see enough from Morgan, didn't see enough from Richie. There's a few others that we didn't see enough from. Flinders girls especially carried their team really well, and all their boys played fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. Joel, your thoughts, mate?
Look, when you come to a final, you got to come to play, and Flinders certainly came to play today. UE, I think, expected to win this game, and they didn't have the fire in their belly that they needed to have. I'm really impressed with some of the Flinders players. As Foley said, some of those key UE players didn't step up on the day. Morgan needed to be a part of every play in this game tonight. He needed to be scoring goals, he needed to be skying people, needed to be getting this under all the time, throwing hucks, and he just wasn't doing that. It may be a result of UE's committee, a governing by committee structure, which I've always been a little bit of a critic of. But really impressed with Flinders. I think Greg and Andy in particular. I think Alison's Clark and her experience just allowed that just to keep resetting time and time again. Tessa Bilney making some great cuts, taking some great catches. I think Flinders put on a really good show tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think the UE players played particularly badly. They played well, but as a team they didn't really work together as well as the Flinders team did. So this coverage was brought to you by ULTI.TV, the ultimate in sports coverage. Stay tuned for more. We're going to be covering every South Australian Super League match. That's the pinnacle of men's ultimate in South Australia. So please subscribe, get on board and support Ultimate. Thanks and good night.